Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday nights. Welcome to Telling Tales. Welcome to Warhammer. Things are really getting rather exciting for our four adventurers tonight because they fell down a big hole. But before we get to what happens to them, well, after they've fallen down the big hole and all sorts of terrible, hideous other things that might happen to them in said big hole, let's talk about us at Telling Tales. As you're probably aware since you're here, Monday nights is Warhammer. Might well be our penultimate Warhammer session tonight. It's exciting, isn't it? Well, I mean, kind of sad because I'm having a great time, but I'm sure we'll come back to Warhammer sometime. Anyway, we do other things at Telling Tales as well, which we stream on Twitch, as you might know if you're watching on Twitch, or put on YouTube, and put on YouTube. It's not like you can either have them on Twitch or YouTube. That would be a stupid business model. Yes, they go on both Twitch and YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, then you know they're on there as well. I'm doing a good job here. We also do other things on different nights of the week. We do Simper Room at the moment on Wednesday nights, which is kind of our flagship series at Telling Tales, which has been a really good time. I'm very much enjoying them getting to their new series, The Witch Hammer, at the moment. I don't think there's anything else on currently, although I'm sure other weekly sessions and role plays will be starting up soon. So watch this space. We also have monthly one-shots. I think there's 2 of them this month because apparently, or this month coming up, because apparently September is just the best month. So the one that's confirmed is Teeth, Night of the Hogmen, which is going to be on the 10th of September. And then there might be something later on, which I don't know is fully confirmed, so I won't mention that yet. But we'll see. Hopefully there'll be 2. I think that's about everything. Yeah, check us out below. We've got social media and a Discord and links to other things like Patreon where you can support us, and it's very much appreciated. But I think it might be time to get to some roleplay times, eh? So, first of all, let's bring on Steve, who plays Kruger, our noble son of the White Wolf from the north. How you doing, Steve? You good?
I'm good. Son of the White Wolf, actual.
Well,
son
that
of
was quite
Ulrich.
good, wasn't it? Hopeful son of the White Wolf. Yeah, I was just giving you a bit of aspiration there with my intro.
Nice, yeah. I'll take it.
Yeah, tell us what happened to me in the last session. I don't know.
Yeah, so we started last session being hurriedly escorted away from Skazmingol via a secret passage and being given a bundle of goodies to take with us that would hopefully help us on our very new and sudden quest to stop a war. And this bundle contained all sorts of things like armor and weapons and rations and healing drafts and most notably Bugman's 6X, which we're trying to keep away from Boniface because if
he's definitely too young for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're all too young for that sort of thing. Even Opry might be. I mean, it's...
So we had a nice, quiet, uneventful journey back to Grunberg, where we met Skundwy. Skundwy was the dwarf that was very enthusiastically trying to catch rats within Grunberg and was waiting for us outside the city walls.
Yep.
So once she found us, she was very keen for us to immediately stroll in through the city gates, past the guards. I was less keen.
Yeah, you had some reason to believe you might have some problems with the guards at this point.
Yeah,
one
or two. But yes, Boniface, of his own volition, decided to cause a distraction by hurling stones at the guard, and much to my amazement, it actually worked. So we were able to slip into the city and try to decide then what to do. And at that point, we decided we needed to find the physician of Hellsknecht. We figured was feeding him corrupted moon rock, and was obviously deeply suspicious. So Boniface, with all of his ability to make connections and get gossip out of all sorts of people, dashed off to find out what he could discover. Meanwhile, the rest of us went to the docks, to the site of the previous Skaven attack.
Indeed, you did.
And
bring on Jonny from there. Yeah. So Jonny playing Okri, our dwarven smith, and starting to get a name as a bit of a smiter of ratish things at this point, I think, as well. Why don't you tell us perhaps a bit more of how you got that name in the last session?
Sure. Yeah, so we went down to the docks. All of the evidence from our previous scuffle down there, Skaven scuffle, had gone. However, on checking sort of where the opening had been previously, we heard some sounds through the wall. Kruger and I think, kind of braced in position as we plan to sort of wedge open this potential opening, offer something to come out, and something did come out, and it was a very, very large ratty creature. Okri gave it the killing blow.
Yep, there was a fight. People got hurt. Kruger got a bit wounded, but that was kind of it, really. I think, wasn't it?
Quite bad. It wasn't. Yeah, and then just after the battle, Okri kind of realized that this was actually one of the creatures from before, but further mutated and much larger.
Yeah.
So that kind of weirded everybody out a bit. And then as we were kind of looking at this, we heard the yells of some guards behind us coming in the way that we'd come.
Indeed. We'll come to find out what happened with the guards in a moment. But first of all, Justin can come on to tell us what Boniface was up to hunting for this physician.
Hey, everyone.
How did that go?
Yeah, well, I knew I could find the physician's house from the servants of the town, because we know, they're the people who know what's going on. They're the people who've got their ears to the ground, and went to a bar, inquired about a doctor for my lord, and was pointed towards the home of the physician by the docks. I cased the joint to see if anyone was in. They were in. And so I asked to be admitted into the office of the physician, and I had to bribe the housekeeper to let me in. But servants help each other out, so fair enough. I then convinced the physician that his client, Baron von Helsknecht, was having some kind of fit or fainting episode.
Yeah, remarkably succeeded.
Immediately run off and deal with that right away, leaving me alone with his servant, who I convinced to let me search the place by punching him in the face until he stopped resisting.
It was one punch. It wasn't like you repeatedly punched him, which makes it sound marginally better, I suppose.
I don't know.
His elderly servant you had a moment earlier bribed to let access.
It was our fish market and fishmonger, at least, and the whole place reeked of this, as moonstone, as Steve put it, this warpstone, but probably kept in a safe, although I couldn't get into the safe, so I decided to leg it out of there and return to the group.
Indeed. And finally, to explain what was going on back with the main group underneath the docks, we'll bring on John, who plays Henrik, our very appropriately rat catcher.
So with the rat monster very dead, the guards came out just in time to miss the fight completely. Seems slightly caught off guard by this large monster thing, and were trying to arrest us. But I think mostly Kruger managed to convince them that actually things were maybe a little bit weird, and that they should really let us go. And they did.
I mean, I thought it was quite exceptional that they did, but then it wasn't the hardest sell, given there's a terrifying, monstrous creature on the floor in front of you that you've just slain in the middle of the city. So it made it easier to sell.
It was basically, there are a bunch of monsters, and Helsknecht knows about them, and also we think he's gone mad, so please let us go so we can sort this out. And they went, yeah, all right then. So we wandered off and tried to figure out what to actually do next. Thought about maybe contacting the Graf, when the guards reapproached us, this time to say, "No, you're right. Helsnick's gone mad. He's going around arresting everyone who disagrees with him. There are a load of people in the dungeons. Come and help us break them out." So we did. And in the dungeons, we found Father Stillman
Mhm.
from Wallen right at the beginning. We found Kruger's old friend, Ulrika.
Yep, that's right.
We found the female dwarf that we'd also met in Wallen called
Yep.
Bronda.
Yep.
And we found Marcus Flint,
Mhm.
the former leader of the guard, who had been obviously seceded by Helsnicht. And we
Indeed.
started breaking them out, and then the floor caved in.
Yep, and that's the hole I mentioned at the beginning of this session. So yeah, you're all falling into a hole. So
I mean, Kruger fell into the hole.
It's a very big hole. It's levels of falling in, I'm going to say here. So let's start the session off then with a good old roll to see how much you managed to avoid collapsing completely into the hole. Perhaps managed to control.
That's a bad number.
What are we rolling against?
Athletics.
Yeah, that's a bad number.
And I had notes of where everyone was at the end of the last session to make this. Okay, so Okri, you get a minus 40. Something tells me this makes little difference.
Sam, how do minus test results work? No, wait. I mean over 100.
You can't get a crit fail if that's what you're wondering. That is dice defined, so you just failed. Because you were right in the middle of it. There's really nothing you could do. Okay, and then I've got Kruger. Kruger's that one. So Kruger, you're on a minus 20. And then Boniface and Henrik, you're both on a flat roll.
Okay, I pass.
Okay, I fail.
Okay.
I fail. I rolled 76 minus an extra 20 gives 96.
I rolled 75 and then I did 40. So
minus lots there. Okay, Okri, you're just gone. Everyone else is watching as Okri disappears first. The floor right in the middle of stones just give way and Okri disappears, and everyone else has a moment of shock as you just hear a dwarven yell, and then the rest of the floor goes, yeah.
Such a noble race.
Halfway through that statement, Kruger, you follow immediately into basically. You're with Ulrika and Marcus. You were breaking her out from the back with Marcus's help, and the guard sergeant, and you just go straight down as well. Boniface and Henrik, you'd move more towards the entrance with Father Stillman and a few of the other guards.
Sure.
Rhonda, Boniface, you try and scrabble as the floor goes. You kind of recognize this is going, but there's just nothing you can do, and you're falling as well. Henrik, you can try and grab a hold of the ledge up to the stairs if you want, where you'll be kind of holding on, or you can control your fall so you're safe as you fall. It's up to you.
I would control my fall.
Okay, cool.
I think everyone else has gone in.
Yeah. You have that moment to decide. Okay, you control your fall and you land safe on your feet. But we'll get
Can I control my fall and also bundle Rinder up so that he doesn't...
How many successes did you get?
Oh, just the one.
Can you pull Rinder tight to your body so that...
Yeah, you would have had Rinder on the lead in the dungeon. Yeah. Wait,
he's not... Whoa. Rinder doesn't have a lead.
No, you didn't have a lead for Rinder. I'm going to say Rinder. I'm going to say Rinder has to make his own roll.
Okay.
Yeah, Rinder roll well. Rinder's fine. Rinder is also going to land on feet. But as you land on the floor, it's quite a long fall actually. So Okri and Kruger, you're going to take a wound. Boniface, I'm going to roll for you because you were a bit more towards the entrance.
I'm assuming it's ignoring any armor.
Yeah, just you take a wound. Yeah. It's just bruising as you land. Boniface, what were you going to say? Sorry, Justin.
I'll just say that I rolled like a 64. I needed a 48. If that difference helps you quantify how badly I fell.
Yeah, no, you're okay. You're off your feet. You're landing prone, but you don't take a wound. And Henrik, you land on your feet, as I say. But Okri, you're the first to notice because you've fallen. It's a long way down. You're kind of falling and tumbling as things collapse around you. So you're not free falling or anything. But you land in kind of half buried in kind of rubble and bits from the dungeon above, well above as far as you perceive your fall. And immediately you hear the sound of creatures around you, just like, and you feel clawing, scraping claws like rasping at your chest, and thankfully hitting your chainmail immediately and not hurting you otherwise, and sharp things pointing at you, and you're aware that you're suddenly surrounded with creatures. Kruger, your experience is broadly the same. You aren't quite as buried and covered over, perhaps just like there's a bit of rubble laying over your legs, but there are immediately creatures like grabbing at your shoulders and trying to like almost just tear things off of you. They're not hurting you immediately, but it's safe to say you are under attack by creatures. Boniface, you're laying down. As you land, you kind of are a bit away, so you just see a few of the creatures. It's safe to say this is what we've seen before. The rat-like, hideous, sometimes malformed, often skinny and wretched, with their fur kind of matted and half coming off. Their little desperate, eager faces running for you, glittering eyes as they rush for you, Boniface. And Henrik, you're a little bit further back. Father Stillman has collapsed not far away from you, and you can see the rest in front of you. You can't see Okri at all. Okri is buried some distance away. You can probably just see Kruger, and you can more or less see most other people in the cabin in front of you. You're aware of this. But we're going to go into combat, as you might have guessed. So if you need a moment to prep, John, don't worry about it. That's fine. But basically, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to roll a dice for each person to see how many of these creatures are coming at them. And the NPCs are going to have the same thing going on for them.
What sort of
dice?
What size?
Well,
D20?
Wouldn't you like to know?
What are our
Not a
chances?
D20. Okay, so that is going to be 2 for Kruger.
Okay.
So if it's possible to put them in some way in a circle next to each other, that would be handy. But
Yeah,
you
will
can
be.
figure it out. That is
3.
3 are rushing for Henrik, because you're the one who's still standing, Henrik. So clearly they're like, you're some sort of threat. So they're trying to gang up on you as quick as they can. 1 for Boniface. Perhaps Boniface is quite glad to hear that. And 3 are immediately clawing at Okri as he's buried half in the rubble. Seeing easy prey there, they can steal the things that you have, the shiny, glittery things that you're covered in as you're buried under the rubble. Clearly kind of struggling to get free.
Can I have people's numbers again? Because my pen wasn't working.
And
Kruger's 2.
yes, Kruger's 2, 3 for Henrik, 1 for Boniface, 3 for Okri. And I would like the people who have 3 to have 1 high, 1 medium, and 1 low initiative, if you see what I mean.
Was it 3 for Okri?
Yes. But no. Let's just have all of them the same initiative. It's too complicated. They're all at 40. It's ridiculous to vary the initiative as well when there's this many. I take it back.
Okay. Then
Okay.
let's ignore this one and this one.
Cool. Thank you. Okay. So does that mean Henrik? I didn't know your initiative was that high, Henrik. That's nice.
Yeah, I took I can't remember what it was, but it was something that improved my initiative by 5 points.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So don't let me forget that Rinda's in this as well, by the way, because Rinda will definitely get to act. In fact,
Okay.
Rinda's landed on his feet, and you notice immediately the 3 that are coming for you, Henrik. Rinda's like growling and salivating, and one of them is already like slowing down in their jumping towards you, clearly fearful of this strange 4-legged creature with teeth bared at them, or maybe having heard tales of it already. Who knows? Yeah. So Henrik, what are you going to do? There's chaos around you. It's not just the players, obviously. There's also creatures jumping upon all sorts of the characters. Stillman is laying on his back next to you, and one of them seems to be coming for him, which he's kicking at. Some of the guards have 2 or 3 leaping upon them. Ulrika is like got one on her back, and she's like flailing around. Skundway is yelling and singing happily already, having just fallen. It's just chaos. What are you going to do?
I'm going to. I'd be tempted to fight one of the ones coming at me, but I think I will instead draw my sword and go for the one attacking Father Stillman, because he's on his back, so he's most vulnerable.
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, though that one I think is not paying attention to you, so you can get a free attack against it. It's going to try and grab his boot away. It's just holding his boot, and it just looks up at you at the second you make an attack. So go ahead. I think that'll just be a flat attack. Yeah. Don't
Okay.
think you'll have any bonuses immediately, but it's not opposed, so it's just success from your side.
Oh, I'm going to. Do I have fortune points to spend? I do not have fortune
Oh
points
my
to
You have
spend.
God.
I
no
lost my
fortune going
5
into that.
No, I only had. Yeah, I was 5 points off. That's annoying.
Yikes.
Okay then. Well, you go to stab at the creature with your sword, and it just momentarily lets go of Stillman's boot and then hisses at you. Before momentarily the others leap upon you. Most of these creatures don't have any weapons; they're just clawing with their fingers and trying to bite you as best they can.
The diseased fingers.
Their lovely, delicious, diseased fingers. So, as my God, PDFs are the worst. Ugh. Okay, it's come back. Yeah, so let's say the three, since Henrik just went, let's have some fighting Henrik. So this is opposed for you, Henrik. I'm happy for you to say you can turn to face the creatures, but since there's 3 of them on you, they're going to get a bonus. Now they are pretty like wretched little things though. So that one got a -2 successes, but it's going to get +2 because of against you, so it gets effectively 0. So it's
I get -1.
okay. So it succeeds, and it got. So that is going to be 2 damage. Do you have armor? Oh, and it hit.
Go on.
Let me get that thing. Yep. I hate you sometimes. There we go. And it hit. There it is. And the right leg.
Right leg, I have no armor. So is
Okay.
that 2
So it's your
damage?
toughness bonus. So you're fine anyway,
Oh.
aren't you? Assuming you have
Oh.
more than 2. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, my toughness bonus is 3.
Yep, you're all good.
Cool.
They have to get some successes to hurt you probably because they're feeble little creatures. They're just like skin and bones. And yes. Okay. Another one is going to go for you, Henrik. And this one is going to get 3 successes.
Oh, God.
It's helpful when they attack in packs. So they're all just kind of clambering over you and you're trying to hit them as best you can.
That is flat, I think. Flat 0.
Okay, so that's +2. So that is going to be 4 wounds.
Okay.
And that is
Where?
going to be to the body.
I have 1 armor, so that's flat nothing.
Oh, okay. And the third one. Thank you for keeping track. As a -3 with its bonus, so you'll probably win that. And even if you don't, I don't think it can hurt you because it gets no bonus to its damage. But you could get an advantage.
I get a +1.
Well, it gets a little bit of bonus to its advantage, to its damage. Yeah, you're all good. You get an advantage for that. Okay. The one that's scrabbling at Stillman just keeps scrabbling at Stillman. You're kind of. It's worth saying you've managed to like fend them off, but they're kind of upon you because 2 of them succeed at attacking you. They're literally one of them is literally up on you, and another one is just clasping on your leg, and the other one you managed to fend back, so it's not upon you. But you're kind of flailing around a bit with the horrible, disgusting, stinking creatures literally upon you. Okay, who wants to be next? Let's go in camera order. Kruger. The creatures are attacking you. How many did I say for Kruger? 2. Okay.
2, yes.
So
I want you to make me an easy +20 strength to see if you can get the rubble off you to face these attackers.
Okay. Strength. That's just a characteristic, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
I'll
it should
take
be. Sorry, I should probably do it with something. Which one's most obvious skill-wise? Oh my god, you stupid PDF. Yeah, you know what? It probably is just strength, actually, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing. Yeah, no, it's just strength. You can just. I'm thinking of other games. You can just do that basic characteristics just fine in this one.
+20, you said.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 72. My strength is 36, so no.
Not good enough. Okay, you're still prone,
Mm.
which gives you. Oh gosh, could someone look up prone for me in the background? I think it's just a negative to stuff. But yeah, there are 2 of them coming upon you. I will leave someone else to have a quick look at that if they have a moment while I roll for these. They're already going to get a +10 because there's 2 on 1. And that is plus 4 successes for that one. That had a good roll. So do you want to roll opposed there, Steve?
Okay.
And if we don't get a thing on the prone, then we can just have
Prone
it.
is hello. Your move can only be used to stand up or crawl. You suffer a -20 penalty to all tests involving movement. Any opponent trying to strike you in melee combat gains +20 to hit you.
Oh, okay. So it's +6 successes to this point.
Jeez. Don't like this. Okay. And this is a melee defense roll,
Yes.
is it? Or-
Yeah. So you're just
Right.
using your melee, whatever the weapon you're currently holding is.
And my roll is flat, I take it? Or is
Yes,
it?
so it's
hang
just the
on,
bonus that this one's got. So it's got 6 successes versus whatever you roll.
Oh, dear me. Well, I rolled a 55, so that is a fail.
Oh, okay. So it's straight up with the 6. And that is going to be to your body.
Okay.
And that is +2, so 8 total. 6 successes plus their measly 2 bonus.
Okay. Well, I've got 2 armor on my body, and I have a toughness bonus of 5. Thank Evans. So, just
Are you
one.
okay with? Oh, just one. I was going to say. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being mean, but then I realize I'm not because you guys can like soak a lot of the damage. So.
Well,
all good.
Yeah. I'd quite like to stand up though.
Well, there is another one though.
Oh,
who is also
crap.
getting a +2, and they're rolling pretty well. So that's
Stop
1,
it.
2, 3.
I'm going to swap
4, 5.
dice.
That is a 7 success because that was a 12 that one rolled. With all the bonuses they're getting against you.
Not happy. That's better. I changed dice.
Kruger is stuck under this damn like piece of rock, and you're like flailing your warhammer, but a warhammer's quite an unwieldy thing to use when
It
stuck
is.
under boulders. I feel so you're kind of just like whacking at them with the hilt of it or something.
So that time I rolled a 32 under 50.
Okay.
So that is 2 success levels. So they
okay,
did they get?
Yeah, they cancel some of them out. So I said 7. Yeah, 7, didn't I? So that's 5 success levels total, which is going to be 7 damage to your.
Okay. 2.
Let me just find out where it's going to be. To your left arm.
Oh crap.
Less armor there, eh?
Yeah, no armor there. So that's 2 points of damage.
You don't need those wound points anyway, do you? So they're battering at you and clawing at you. They're not really like doing any they're not really like, getting into your body. They're not breaking the skin seriously. You're just getting scratched and cut and worn down and just struggling as hard as you can against the creatures. Although they're skinny, they're like wiry and they're kind of like strong in their own way and weighing you down with the force of it. It's really very unpleasant. Plus they just stink and they're screeching at you. It's a horrible experience.
Well, I am, I am a little bit under the weather from the last week.
Yeah, you are.
So my usual wounds is 22. I am now down to 13. Just for.
Are you doing the subtle reminding the GM already? We're only
this is just for the audience. This is.
Reminding the GM, please don't kill me. Love it. Oh, you're putting them on as well. Oh, love it. Okay, so now we've got. We'll go in order. So we'll do the one facing Boniface. So. Boniface, presumably you're just going to defend yourself at this point. It's not your action. I think were you standing? Yeah, we said you were. No, you weren't standing. You're prone, but you can get up before they reach you.
Can I get up?
You're not. They're not on you when you land. If you see what I mean.
Draw a sword as well and put my buckler on.
Cool. Very nice. Do you actually have a buckler?
I do.
Oh, I didn't know.
Quite on very early on.
Oh yeah, no, that of course.
Probably the first session or second session.
Very nice.
I've got a lot of gear.
Well, we saw the picture with the pack, didn't we? It's just all the miscellaneous stuff.
Indeed. Is the buckler actually a pan?
Well, there's this talent you can get where you can just start pulling things out of your bag and start saying, "Oh, I bought this just in case."
Oh, I love it.
That's amazing.
That's totally not going to.
Which is the servant talent, which I kind of. Anyway, never mind. That's
anyway. That's not relevant right now.
Bring it. Is that my attacking or are they attacking me?
They're attacking you, so you're rolling defend, and they're rolling well. So that one got it's flat. So that is.
I've just been rereading the rules on shields, and they give me +1 success level, which is great because I rolled a 4.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very nice. So you definitely beat that one then, because it only got 2 success levels, and you're going to get more than that, aren't you? So yeah, +1 advantage for Boniface. You're kind of you landed fairly easily. You get up quick, and you see what's going on around you. You're ready for it, and there's one comes at you, and you just batter it away. It's not a problem. It might come back for you. It might not, but you're
I'm
safe
gonna
enough in this
rip your
moment.
tail off.
You're
Say
going to
it
have a
right.
moment to see what you want to do in your turn, if you see what I mean. Okri, not having a good time under all this rubble as the creatures claw and scrape at you. First of all, going to make me a strength roll to see if you can get free of the rubble and get yourself clear, and the creatures. And I'm going to say this is going to be a -10 because of your situation.
No.
Okay. So you're kind of just they're almost burying you more just by their own physical force and weight and clawing at the bits of you that they can get at, whether it's your face or whether it's just like your exposed bit like below your belt or something like that. It's not nice. It's really just like the creatures are just all over you and like spittle going on you as they try and get at you. And yeah, whatever part of you they can reach, they're going to claw at. So we'll see how you can do. You can oppose this, but they're going to get a bonus because they're on top of you literally. And another bonus because they're teaming up on you. But they're going to roll horribly, apparently.
Is this on melee basic?
Yeah, melee basic.
Yeah.
You're still like, even though you're kind of pinned down by the rubble, you still have your sword and shield. Remember, your shield might give you a bonus for this as well. So you can still kind of lever your shield where it's important in this kind of position.
Did you say I'm on a minus for this?
They get a plus. You're flat, so it's all the bonuses.
Okay.
It's only +5 for them. Which still needs 1 success level because it rolled pretty bad.
I have 50 in melee basic and I rolled a 35.
And you get a shield bonus, is that correct? I think there's a shield
bonus. The shield 2 thing, I think that's just that you... Shield rating, it just says if you use this to oppose an incoming attack, you count as having that rating armor points on all locations of your body.
Gotcha.
So it reduces damage, I think, rather than actually...
If you're holding a shield, I'm going to assume you're always using it to defend. Although there's no reason you wouldn't. So yes, you have a shield. But it's still... Your body.
I suppose 35 or 50. Does that count as 2 success levels? Because
you're all good anyway. That one didn't hit you.
Right.
So yeah, one of them is just clawing kind of feverishly at your chainmail, but doing nothing in particular. Basically, is you just bash it away, you know. But the other two. Go on.
Sorry, the shield also has defensive, which is used to parry incoming attacks. If you're wielding such a weapon, you gain a bonus of +1 success level to any melee test when you oppose an incoming attack.
Yeah. So you get a +1 on these. Because you're kind of just laying the shield down upon yourself as you're trying to dig yourself out, to be honest, which is making you much harder to get at. It's a big round shield. It's pretty tough. So roll for me again. The second one's attacking, trying to claw for your face, perhaps.
That was an even better roll. I rolled a 28. So 4 success levels, including the +1.
It got 2, so you beat that one as well. So despite your dangerous predicament, you're managing to kind of just fend them off by wriggling and writhing and batting them away. And between your shield and your armor, they're making no dent. But there is one more. And this one rolls very well. So that is 8 success levels for that one.
Remember, you've got advantages, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, so you got pluses.
Yeah. But they've not... I don't think they've... well, I'm definitely not going to get better than him, but I'll reduce the amount of success levels. I rolled 78, and I've got 50. So 60 for the thing, 70, 80. So you got 1 success level. Yeah.
Okay, so you take it off by 1. So it got 7 success levels plus. So 9 damage to your right arm.
Okay. So I have 2 armor on my right arm. I have 2 armor for the shield.
Yep. And your toughness.
So 3. My toughness bonus is 5.
Yeah, you're fine.
Is it? Nice.
You're fine. Yeah. I see that. This is why I need to make the enemies tough. I had a feeling this would happen. I'd throw tons of enemies at you and you'd be tanking it because you've actually got a fair bit tougher. This is what happens when you actually get that kind of threshold of damage needed. Against weenies, they just can't get through. So one of them thinks it's found like a weak spot on your chainmail and it's just like trying to tear at your elbow as if it's trying to rip your arm off or something. But it's a stout dwarven arm, exercised through hours and days at the smithy. It's not really bothering you very much. It doesn't feel that forced, to be honest.
Don't go to sleep. Although if you go to sleep, you can get more XP. Sorry.
How are you saying a good night's
sleep? Are you saying there's so little of a threat that you could just have a nap now? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Just pull
No.
the shield over you like a blanket.
Yeah,
Just have a nice
we
relax.
shouldn't make these comments until after the combat has finished, because otherwise
Suddenly,
things can get much
three of the
worse.
terrifying giant monstrosities burst through the rope. They crush Boniface instantly, and
What did Boniface do?
you remember
He
the
was
beard,
rude
so-
at the start.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
We're not forgiven.
Just to
Also
put up
distracted, it
like
seems.
the pretense of tension and drama. Does Okri already have wounds outstanding, by the way?
What?
One.
Oh,
The
you're
one
so
that I
near
just
there.
got from falling through the floor.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, come
Oh.
on. Now you're gonna dispatch some rats for me, presumably. So it's Boniface's turn next, I believe. So Justin, what are you doing? You've easily kind of bashed away this one that's on you.
And is
do
it
you
still
wanna-
there, or is it kind of dashing around?
It's backed off a bit. It looks like it might go back for you, or it might change and kind of go for an easier prey around you. Do you want to give me a perception roll?
Absolutely.
Just flat, I think.
Well, didn't go well. I don't even need to check what I am.
Okay, that's all good. Yeah, you're just in the moment. You're kind of
Wasn't a
you
critical
see the
fail,
one,
but it was
see the
pretty
one in
close.
front of you. You see chaos around you.
Yeah. Do I see Kruger anywhere?
Yeah, you could see Kruger.
Then I will rally to Kruger.
He's getting
and
himself up and battering them off. Did
If
you
there's
manage to hit any of them successfully, Kruger? Oh no, you haven't had your go yet. They did hit you though, correct? So Kruger's having somewhat of a tough time as they're clambering on top of him. You
Then
have heard him
can I-
made a grunting noise.
Can I rush a rat and can I strike a rat that's attacking Kruger? Can I get that close? Or
I
is
think
that
you're
too
close
far?
enough. Yeah. You could rush one of the ones that's going for him if you like.
Would this be a charge?
Can I charge?
I think it
in-
would be, yeah. I'll tell you what,
for-
it's
give
quite
myself
tough.
2 advantages?
It's not like it's flat ground, so give me an athletics roll to see if you can get a successful charge. I'm not going to make you fall over unless you crit it.
Yeah, I don't succeed.
Okay,
I'm glad-
you rush
I'm glad
to one, but
falling over isn't an option because
it ends up
With
being
the
less of a
advantage?
charge and more of just like a walk while you're trying to find your way and then leaning.
some
into
will
it.
kind of like
Yeah. It's only really like a few paces. You're all
it's like the
quite
Monty
close together.
Python charge where they're running and they're going ah,
Yeah,
slipping over the
exactly
stairs.
like
I'm coming.
Wait, does that remove the advantage or no?
No.
Okay.
There is. So if you are outnumbered by at least 2 to 1.
Oh, you meant
lose an
failing at a
advantage.
check? Was that what you were thinking as for removing advantage?
If it's an opposed check, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's only an opposed though. Yeah, you're right because it's technically I don't think
God, I'm
Boniface should
rolling
even keep the
crap.
advantage because it's a different combat, but we'll keep it. It's one kind of combat environment. What'd you get?
I rolled to attack and I rolled 83, which is not a success, I can tell you.
How many success levels was it, including minus? Because I'm doing an opposed for you here.
-4.
Okay.
5?
With the advantage?
-4. So I've got
So-
I'm gonna get 45 and I got 80.
This is
Three.
one of our rule situations when remember we said it's kind of you're comparing the two, and if you had more success levels than them is what it says in the text, even if your success levels were minus, because we agreed that means
That's
you hit, and
true.
it got
That's true.
-5. So technically that's a hit.
Fair
With one
enough.
Success level. You just
I could've
flailed
gone-
into it,
I
and
could've
your
barreled
the
into-
weapon didn't even hit it. You just ended up shoulder barging the damn thing. But it worked.
I
You
mean,
kind
like
of
the
half
weapon
fell
was
over
technically
into
in
it.
front of me when that happened, so maybe kind of.
Yeah,
But
you're just
83.
sandwiching it between you and Kruger. That's what's going on.
What's the location of an 83? Or 38, I think it switched.
Yeah. I just do it. That will be right arm.
Right arm.
Cool. And
yeah,
damage
so-
is 8.
8 into pretty good, isn't it? So it has not much in the way of so it takes 5 damage. It yelps and screeches, and you hear something crunch as you kind of squish and crush against it, and it just kind of goes down.
I'm just
you don't
I'm
think
here,
it's
my
dead.
lord.
But yeah, I'll keep that there for now. But there is one that is fighting Kruger that is.
Does that count as a successful roll to gain more advantage? Yeah, okay. John's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. Okay. Okri. What are you doing?
Do I need to roll to try and get out of this?
You can either
Stay
stay
again.
lane where you are and just try and kill one, or you can try and get up and push them all off you and be free to get a better fighting position. It's up to you.
I think I'll. What do I think I could potentially sort of fling some of this rubble off me and kind of, almost distract them a little to give me a chance to not be just completely exposed as I get up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You could do that. That's kind of your thing. So I would say if you do that, you won't probably have a chance to strike any of them, but you could get yourself
That's
up
fine.
safely without them hitting you. Yeah.
Is it a strength roll?
Yeah. And because of the situation, I'm going to give you a plus 20 now. You're using your action for it.
I think I'll use my one fate point. Fate, fortune, the lesser one.
Fortune.
Fortune. To re-roll that.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's a 5. My strength is 43, so 63 total.
Very
so
nice.
many success levels.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you kick one away that's kind of at your leg, and then with that leg, heave up, and then push away the rubble, and that process batters the other two away. So they're both still,
Cool.
one is kind of still just clinging on a bit by the edge of your shoulder, but it's kind of flailing around, and two of them have been knocked off completely, are just kind of skittering on the floor in front of you. But you're now standing up and in a ready pose. The kind of back, you're kind of, because of where you fell, the kind of back of the cavern collapsed rubble bit is behind you now, which is kind of a comforting feeling.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so could you switch the numbers on those two, by the way, Henrik? So there's going to be 2 on Boniface and 1 on Kruger, because the one that was fighting Boniface originally is following, and the one there's another one now that he has drawn the attention of that was fighting Kruger.
Can me and Kruger not fight as a duo?
Yeah, of course you can. That will happen, but this is who they're attacking. That's all. You're next to each other. Okay, so that is Kruger's turn, then I believe. You have so the one that was kind of jabbing at your side has been squished somewhat by Boniface as he yelled to be onto you. So there's just one more kind of half climbing up your other side that you can perhaps try and get off you.
I would really like to get to my feet.
Go for it. You can, given you're not completely buried, I'm happy for you to use a move action and a strength roll to get to your feet and try and hit one. But the strength roll to get up will be a flat strength roll. Or just dedicate it all to getting up from your feet and have a big bonus. At your feet and have a big bonus.
I want to, yeah, concentrate on getting up, I think.
Cool. Okay, sounds good. So plus 40 strength roll to get up safely and kind of just try and get the thing off in the process.
That's much better. I rolled a 19 under my strength of 36.
Okay, cool.
So,
yeah, you easily get up and just bash the thing off, kind of just with an elbow, and it just goes and flails backwards, and you hear it like slam to the floor behind you. Excellent. Okay, so you are up and ready to fight. And Steve has helpfully pointed out in the chat. Oh no, it's not the end of the round. Rinda. I knew I'd forget Rinda. I'm gonna make a quick roll. Yeah, Rinda is already at the throat of one of the creatures as it squeals and flails in the muck. It was one that was kind of coming up from behind Henrik. Henrik was already kind of swamped with them, so probably quite glad about that.
So is it one of my 3 or is it a 4th one?
You know what? That's unfair. I think one of your 3. So cut yours down to 2. Rinda is definitely on your side too, so that makes perfect sense. One of them that was kind of not on you, but kind of scrabbling at your legs, trying to knock you over, was suddenly like leapt upon from behind and pushed over by Rinda. And then while trying to get up, Rinda was just on its throat and is tearing that throat out as we speak. Okay. Steve has helpfully pointed out that everyone who is outnumbered loses a point of advantage.
Can me and Steve be fighting as a duo, and therefore neither of us are outnumbered?
I think
no, because that's still 2 against 3.
Yeah, there's 3. There's still 3 there.
2 against 3 is not more than twice the number of us.
You're outnumbered as a group. Oh, any one though. Does it say any one?
If you are outnumbered by at least 2
to 1. Yeah, no, you aren't
means
outnumbered
we're
2 to 1. That is a
I
good.
mean,
no, there's. I would read it differently. So if you outnumber by 2 to 1, you get a bonus. If you outnumber by 3 to 1, you get an even bigger bonus. But all outnumbered opponents, and it doesn't say by. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's
difficult. I think I would say
at least 2 to 1, which is twice the number of people as there are in a group.
Boniface specifically said was going to fight with Kruger.
That
means to me you're fighting together, which would imply, unless there's 4 of them, they can't outnumber you according to the rules of this. I think that's fair.
So what about in my situation where I got Rinda? Because it's me and Rinda versus 2.
Oh god,
counts for half.
I don't think a dog is a big enough presence to allow you to
And I think Rinda is busy still salvaging the corpse of the one.
Yeah.
I feel so good that I'm considered to be more of a presence than Rinda.
But it's safe to say that Okri and Henrik then
Mm.
lost that advantage point. If I don't think Okri had any, but
Arkry did not.
okay, cool. Okay,
Boniface kept his. I kept mine.
who is? I think actually Kruger, given you didn't attack that turn, you can give me a perception roll. And Henrik's very busy. Boniface is, I think, probably only you, Kruger.
Yeah, well, Kruger's wearing a helmet which reduces his incredible perception down from 24 to 14. So with an 87, I ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, no, you're thoroughly distracted by what's going on around you. The cavern is still filled with squeals and squeaks and strange, horrible noises of death. Hopefully, of ratty creatures, but you don't know. Yeah. Let's go back around to the beginning and to Henrik, who is. You still have two of the creatures upon you, Henrik, and they're still trying to claw your eyes out.
Okay, I'm gonna try and stab one of them back.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. So they get a little bit of a bonus, but not so much. That is quite good, though. So that's 3 success levels for that one.
That is a fail.
Okay. So it just, the one you're going for, are you just trying to stab it? It's kind of like grasp your arm as you're trying to stab it, and you just kind of end up flailing around it because of how they're upon you. If you want, you can try and move to be nearer someone else with these creatures upon you as well, rather than just kind of where you are.
What's Father Stillman doing?
Right, make me a perception roll. To be honest, with the creatures upon you, I'm going to make it a -10.
It's a crit fail. I rolled a 97.
You're
sure?
You're sure that he's absolutely fine. Whatever's going on, he's probably having a great time.
Yeah, okay.
He's probably killed like all of them. It's just these couple on you, and Stillman's just
Damn.
Okay,
yeah, you have no idea where Father Stillman is. Absolutely no idea. But you're not worried about him.
Who else is near me?
I think you can see Kruger and Boniface because you saw where Boniface rushed off to from near you, and they're quite obvious. You can also see a couple of the guards are trying to rally around the sergeant not far from you, and you can see Ulrika flailing around. And she just crushes one of the creatures into the wall with kind of an arm, and is just kind of like trying to kill it by just battering it against the wall. Seems to be working.
I'm gonna join Kruger and Boniface and see if we can't like stand their backs to each other.
Sounds good. Okay, make me athletics roll. Sorry, lots of rolls. Make me athletics roll just to see if you can reach them now, because it's a little bit of a challenge with both creatures upon you and on the bottom of the cavern.
No.
Okay, so you are like halfway to them, but you're not fighting with them just yet. Okay, so now it's their turn. So what order do we go in? So Henrik, one of them is now not succeeding at squealing so much as Rinda eats his throat.
Shall we say that's one that did have advantage?
Yeah, sure. That one is dead.
Cool.
And the other two are still just trying to claw their eyes out. And that is 1 success. You want to repose that?
That is 2 successes.
Okay, so that one, maybe that's the one that was trying to kind of stop your arm wielding the sword at it, but you're kind of locked together and it can't really get at you because you're pushing it away, but you can't really hit it either. Meanwhile, the other one might have more luck. It has 1 success as well.
I have 0.
Okay, so that's hitting your body with 3 damage.
That is my toughness bonus, and I have an armor, so that's no damage.
Okay, you can grab it. Yeah, it's just kind of the other one is using the opportunity to try and bite through your leathers. That's right. But it's just kind of chewing in them. It's not really getting through. So it's just a rat creature chewing at your leather.
I've had that before. It's fine.
Probably have, yeah. That's why you got the leather, right? Okay, so the 2 on we're going around, weren't we?
There's 2 on. Well, I guess this one's technically on Boniface.
Yeah, let's go for Boniface then. So the one that you battered away with your shield, Boniface, is trying to come up from kind of behind you when you run across and go for an attack on you. and it gets a fail, so it's actually 0 successes. It's kind of in that middle. Yeah, that's right, because it's not got any bonuses because you're standing up and you're not outnumbered, we decided.
Then I get
Oh yeah, +1. Sorry,
also 0
One
successes.
success.
Oh, actually, no, wait, do I count my advantages?
Yeah, you would.
Then I get 2 successes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it does not succeed at hitting Boniface. It rushes towards you, Boniface.
What's my max? Is it up to my? Is it fellowship or
Fellowship bonus? maybe?
Initiative. I think
initiative?
No,
So I can get up to 3.
Yeah.
I think it's your initiative bonus. Your eye.
I get up to
bonus,
3,
whatever.
so I'm my maximum advantages.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, one of them comes towards you, but you're kind of expecting some other creatures to come around, and you're already flailing in that direction to stop any following you. And you don't really hit it very hard, but you stop it swinging towards you with its hideous, disgusting claws. Okay. And then we'll go for the other one, which was kind of crushed between Boniface and Kruger. I think it doesn't want to be where it is, and it just like screeches and then just skitters away as fast as it can from between the two of you and disappears off between the rubble. So we can remove that one.
Remove it.
Yep. It has run for it.
Wow.
Okay. The advantage of fighting these things is they don't want to fight you if stuff looks bad.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
That is the one on Kruger now then. So, Kruger. This is flat, so that is -2 for that creature.
Okay. And I'm now standing up, so mine is a standard. It's roll with. That's better. 34. So that is 2 success levels.
Okay. Yeah, so you're not having a problem anymore. Now there's only one of them. It's basically one-to-one combat. This is the sort of
And
thing
I'm
you're
standing
much more
up.
familiar with.
Yeah.
It's there standing in front of you. It looks a lot less confident now, this kind of scrawny little rat thing, without just wielding its claws at you. And it kind of just like tries to flail towards you, and you just bat it away gently, preparing perhaps a swing of a mighty hammer in return.
Oh, this was it attacking me, wasn't it?
This is it attacking you, yeah. Unsurprisingly, unsuccessfully. However, Okri has 3 upon him, so we'll have to see about how that goes for you. So they still get you're standing up now, so they've lost their bonus from you being down, but they still get +20. So that one is 1 success level, and you get all your bonus from the shield as well, don't you? So many numbers.
So, sorry, I may have just blanked on this totally. So I have a melee basic of 50, and I've rolled 56. So have I essentially rolled a 66? So I would have. No, wait, no, the other way. I've rolled a 46, right?
Essentially.
Yeah, because your shield bonus thing, you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So you get one
success level.
1 success level, yeah. Did I say 1 success level as well? I've now forgotten and picked up my dice like a fool.
You did, but John has no. Oh, that's a wound. Never mind. I thought that was.
It's all good.
I got excited for a second there.
So, what happens when they both get 1 success level? I think they have to have the difference, so I think that's not a success for the attacker. But now I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, I think that's a tie.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think we've actually had that circumstance come up, surprisingly. But yeah, I don't think that would count for me because no
I'll
success.
check the rules on the right page.
Yeah, that sounds good. But yeah, I don't think either way. I'd be incredibly shocked if it did any damage to you because of all the other bonuses. So they're scrabbling at you, and perhaps they manage to nick some armor, but they're not doing any serious harm. This one does better and gets 4 success levels. That's pretty good with their bonus.
And I did significantly worse.
Ooh.
So I have -2 success levels.
Okay, so this is going to be a 6 bonus. So that's 8 damage in total, which is going to hit the left arm.
Okay, so I've got 2 armor there, 2 for the shield, 5 toughness bonus.
Oh, jeez, you're so tanky. I shouldn't have given you that shield. I regret my decisions. Oh, goodness. Well, I thought this was going to be a tough combat, but it's. I guess it's rolled the dice.
I've lost a fair amount of health.
Yeah, you've done pretty badly. Yeah.
I've not done anything to anybody though.
And the last one
is
equally.
The last one is -2 success levels, which honestly is going to bounce off no matter what. So
I rolled a 27 as well for that one.
you
so.
get your advantage for that as well. Very nice. Okay, yeah. They're trying to get through your defenses and your armor and past your shield, but they're just not strong enough to really make any significant impact upon you. The little kind of runtish creatures are just almost pitiful as they kind of spit and desperately try and harm you in any way. Okay, that's all of them, I think, isn't it? So Boniface.
Well, I will.
There's just the one that came from
strike
behind
at
you
the
now.
one that's next to me with 3 advantages.
Yep.
And I rolled a failure, -1 success level.
They got -5, so that's 4 success levels for you.
Cool. And then I do a normal 8 damage, and the hit location was 96.
Yeah, you kill it. 96. Let's see where that is. Oh, that's a critical as well. No, that's just the other way. Critical doesn't matter.
Well, I rolled a 69, so
yeah.
the hit location is 96.
Got you. So right leg, I think you just sweep for the right leg, and it's only a feeble little diseased right leg. It just comes off.
Wow.
As you hit the knee crumples and just goes inwards, and then it just kind of completely caves in, and the creature just squeals and collapses on the ground. And it's not dead, but it's clearly dying as this awful kind of blackish blood oozes out, and it's just kind of like weeping and like trying to drag itself away in front of you as you've definitely finished this creature's short, pitiful life.
Can I try and roll a perception roll to see what's going on?
Yeah, sure. If that's your, I think that's fair.
Situation?
Still pretty tough to. I think.
Yeah.
I'm still going to give you a -10 because this is in the middle of combat. You just hit a thing.
Yeah, terrible.
Okay, no worries. Okay, and that will be Okri.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my first swing at one, I guess, whichever one's nearest me.
They're all kind of around you. There's not really anything to choose between them. I'll tell you what, if you get a good swing, I might let you hit more than one. Not really a mechanic, but it's fun, isn't it? They're quite small.
You don't need to worry about it, Sam. It's fine.
Oh well, the one that I'm rolling for also got 3 success levels. Did pretty well. So, no, wait, 5. Because outnumbering you.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I rolled 83.
Okay, so no, one of them gets a plus advantage. It really matters. Okay, and finally, Kruger. Well, not technically second. Finally.
Okay. So is there one still on me, or is?
Yeah, there's one kind of beside. No, there's one in front of you. You remember you kind of battered it off you when you got up. And now you're just facing it, and it tried to hit you, but is looking a lot less confident now, faced by a large warrior of Ulrich.
With a warhammer.
Wielding a significant looking scary warhammer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I will attempt to smite this thing.
Go for it. Oh, my dice goes flying. It rolled it rolled a 99. How about that?
Are you keeping it?
I mean, yeah, it lands on the floor. It's not a bad roll, does it? I think you might do well here.
Well, I rolled a 41, which is under 50. So that's 1 success level from that, plus 1 success level from the advantage. So that's 2.
Yeah. Give me all your other pluses now.
I think that's all in terms of success levels. In terms of
what's your damage? What's your bonus damage then? So that's 41.
Oh well,
so
what was the how many negative success levels did Rat?
Oh yeah, sorry. 1, 2, 3.
It was a 90 something.
6.
-6 level.
Yes. Wow. So you get a
Okay.
lot of extra for that.
Yikes.
You're going to kill it.
Okay.
It's fine. I just want to know how many.
So that's
roughly.
a combined. So it's an 8 success level thing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, 8 success levels. My strength bonus is, I believe, 3. Yes, 9, 10, 11, and the warhammer does 6 base damage. Okay. So
just a bit.
17.
Just 17. Okay, that's left arm. I'm going to say it's left arm, body, and right arm, because it keeps going. Yes, the creature makes a wrong step and almost falls towards you as you swing. It couldn't have gone worse for it. It forces itself directly into the swing of this mighty warhammer, which is kind of partly overhead, partly sideways, and you impact the shoulder, and you don't stop until you like smack against the stone from the dungeon above on the ground, completely on the other side of the thing. It's just turned to paste and mush in front of you. There's not much to recognize at all after you've swung. That one is definitely dead. And with that, and the terrifying, slathering, four-legged creature still eating the throat of a definitely dead rat person. Rat person, it's like I'm trying to be polite now. Others kind of battered back by Okri and finished off by Boniface and Henrik. Well, at least having got some of them off you. They decide, and the efforts of others. I mean, Ulrich has, I think, probably killed at least one by now. You don't know. You haven't been keeping track. And the guards have beat a fair few of them back as well. The creatures do not feel like hanging around and withdraw back into almost seems like into the rubble itself with screeches and desperate scuttling sounds. And you all have a moment to get your bearings. Everyone make me a perception roll, please. This will be flat.
Do we count as being in low light?
Yes.
I'm going to be smashing this perception roll, by the way, just so you know.
Good, because I'm not. I rolled
3
72.
Success levels.
3, very nice. Okay. 3.
You're on mute, Jonny.
Oh, sorry, Jonny. Yeah. Mute.
Sorry, yeah, I'll have I've only got 31 in perception. I'll have a -10, I think, because of my helm. So 21, but I rolled a 6.
Oh, very nice.
So 2 success levels.
Yeah, you do. Okay, fair enough. And Kruger, I just fail.
I rolled a 72.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll give different information for different people then. Henrik, you were thinking about this earlier. You look around thinking Stillman was having a good time of this combat and realize you cannot see him. You can see everyone else who fell. 4 guards, the sergeant. One of the guards seems to be clutching at their leg, quite seriously wounded. Another one is kind of bleeding, but otherwise okay. Ulrika, who definitely looks like she's been injured, but not seriously. Bronda and Skundwi are next to each other. Both of them seem well enough. And then others here, but you do not see any sign of Father Silman. Boniface, you notice that there are 2 exits to this cave. One looks like it's going slightly upwards. The other one looks like it is going kind of slightly more downwards. The upwards one seems to have some light coming from it. It's worth saying as well, everyone has a moment to notice that you've fallen a long way as you look up. More than you would have thought. It looks like 30, 40 feet, remarkably, straight down into this kind of rubble. And it's like you fell into what kind of seems to have almost been cut into a pit. It might be possible to climb out, but without ropes and some help, it would be worrying and dangerous. And certainly if more of those creatures arrived, you wouldn't want to be doing it at all safely. And Okri, you rolled a success as well. Okri, you think you can hear something from nearby, like a whispering noise or some, it's like a voice. Are you going to go investigate where that's coming from?
Is anybody else making any noise?
I mean, I think there's some noise around, yes. If you're thinking, it does not seem to be in your head. It's like you can hear something quiet coming from the rocks nearby.
Yeah, sure. I'll go and press my ears up against the rocks, I suppose.
Could we?
Nothing bad has ever come out from behind rocks in recent memory.
Could we have the mysterious voice on for a moment here?
Weak little ratties. So weak, so squishy, so squashy. You got them, bishy boshy. But it seems that one of your little man friends is lost. Where is he gone? Is he as directionless as his wandering god? Oh no. Whatever will you do?
As you look around, you find that this voice is coming from... It's kind of buried now because of what's happened, but it almost looks like it's coming from a small tube or a pipe that goes into the wall, kind of the rubble on the wall nearby. Others maybe notice you going to look for something, but haven't heard it yet. Sorry.
Is there any indication of where Stone might have gone, whether he'd gone down which of these 2 exits?
I suspect that only Henrik has noticed Stillman yet. So
Right,
until
okay.
Henrik volunteers, I'm waiting for people to volunteer the things they have found.
I will whistle if Ochri can whistle and sort of beckon over.
Mm-hmm.
What is it Stillman?
Yeah.
No, it's a voice. I think a rat. Through here. Point to the tube.
You point to the tube, indeed. I think the voice may have gone silent for now. So you point to the tube and no one else can hear anything at this moment. But you do see kind of what looks like an old kind of just metal, perhaps copper tube just coming out of the ground nearby.
Is Stillman missing? The voice said something about somebody having gone.
He's gone. Rinda? I'll lead Rinda over to where Stillman was.
Rinda reluctantly stops eating the throat of a dead rat.
Right.
She comes to you looking very happy. Sorry, he comes to you looking very happy.
Right. Rinda, I need you to try and find the not rat. Find the priest.
Animal care roll, I think. Do you have anything of Stillman's on you?
Probably not.
Maybe some blood.
You could try and find something if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to see if there's any sign of him.
I'm going to make a roll for it. Yeah, okay, that was a good roll. Yeah, you can find a scrap of his robe.
Okay. Do you want animal care or animal training?
The fact that you have the robe makes it it's animal training, and I'll say a flat, because I was going to say it would be almost impossibly difficult with just a name.
Okay. Target is 47. Rolled a 90.
So Rinda stops looking at you and goes back to eat the creature on the ground. The guards, for what it's worth, the wounded one goes, look up there. Maybe that's a way out up that tunnel. It's pointing towards the one that's slightly uphill and has a light kind of shining.
Yeah, I'll share my information about the tunnels that I've seen out of here. He could have gone down just as easily, but hopefully he was smart enough to go up.
He was on his back last time I saw him. I'm more worried about them dragging him down. But we can't go after him.
Why not?
Because we're a party of a mixed amount of wounded people, and there are enough problems going on above ground.
The sergeant of the guard goes, we can't just leave him down here. I'm going after him, even if you're not.
Plus, we need Stillman to vouch for us. If without his word, then we're
He'll
going to
be
end up
dead
being
with those
thrown back in
creatures.
prison again.
Leaving
That's
a
a good
priest
point.
of Sigmar to the death.
There's also that, and Boniface is eager to look after any Sigmar followers. I think I've got a healing draft in here somewhere if one of you's really hurt. Obviously, I won't call it a healing draft because, you know, I've got one of those. I've got a potion that's supposed to be really good for sorting out your innards.
While this conversation is going on, some of the wounded guards are immediately kind of hobbling up towards that lighter route out that looks like it'll give you an exit.
Anyone who is grievously wounded or is otherwise unable to defend themselves should definitely head outwards if that's. Kruger will. So how's Ulrika doing? I presume she didn't have a weapon.
Yeah, she now has what looks like effectively just a ragged piece of like a staff or something, like a ragged piece of wood. You don't know where she got it from. Perhaps it's some of the building from above.
I mean, I'll hand over. I have a spare sword, so I'll
she will gladly take a spare sword. It's worth saying also Marcus and Marcus has been armed by the guards. He has just like a side, a dagger basically, and Bronda has. She was holding just a big bit of stone. So
I've got a spare spear and a short bow and a dagger. So all of those are not currently being used.
She will take the dagger, given being underground is not the place for a spear.
Cool. All right, I'll try.
Oh, you've just hit mute.
Okay, a few folks head up then, the most wounded ones. It's just a couple of the guards. The sergeant stays with you. The rest are... I'm going to roll, actually, for one of them. Okay, Marcus as well says, I'm no warrior, I think. I will accompany the wounded to the surface, if that's all the same to you. Hopefully, we'll be safe up there.
Keep them away from Hellsnecht.
Yes. We, let's hope this does lead to the surface. I don't know my way around under here, but hopefully I'll see you soon, safe with Stillman. Stay safe down there.
It was the physician, if you didn't know. The physician is the root of this.
Thank you.
Inside his house, there's a safe. In there, I think there's the source of whatever he's poisoning Hellsnecht with. If you do find Stillman up at the top of that route, would you send someone down to come get us back? Because otherwise, we could be crawling around these tunnels for the rest of our lives.
It's very pragmatic, Boniface.
Always here just to keep us you supported, sir.
So who is the most injured currently? Just by the bar.
It's definitely you, other than the
pretty
people who
sure
are going
it's
to the
you.
surface.
Right. But Okri, how many points is Okri down?
One, I
Just
think.
one.
Yeah,
Just one.
That's it of everyone else. Yeah, you can have the healing draft. No one's stopping you having the healing draft. I feel
It's
too
fine.
guilty.
No one's gonna bring up the fact that you've had both the healing draft and therefore needed the most healing out of the entire party. No one would insult your pride like that.
I hope not, because it would be, quite.
So, is it safe to assume, other than having the healing draft, you're going down the other cavern then? As you move down the way, it gets darker, as you'd imagine, but also narrower. It's clearly been cut down here. This isn't into the mud anymore. This is into the bedrock, and the stone is kind of dripping around you. And there's bits of stalagmite you brush off as you move, and it gets too close to stand, and then too close to kind of even crouch. Even Okri ends up kind of bent over. Kruger, you're almost half crawling. You're kind of like quite low down. It's really uncomfortable and unpleasant as you descend down here.
That's right. Splitty uppy, splitty uppy. Some choose the light, others the dark. Both are the same. The moon is neither light nor dark, one nor the other. You will see in time. Find your priest first.
You all hear the voice this time fairly clearly as you're moving through these cramped, wet, unpleasant little caverns. You kind of, as you look around, you can almost feel them now and then. You pass these kind of weird metal pipes coming from the walls that this thing is talking from, as if they're put there specifically to allow this being to talk to things in its cave.
Is that you, Boniface?
I was hoping it was all in my head, sir.
Yes. Yes. It's in the little bad thing's head.
Apparently the thing can hear you as well when you're muttering in here.
I take my sword and I clang on one of the pipes very loudly.
Horrible little vermin catcher. Yes, I know you.
I'm looking forward to meeting you.
You have done so much for us. Thank you for all of your cooperation, vermin catcher.
Shall we carry on?
As this conversation is ongoing, you're kind of crawling through the space. And who do we think is leading this kind of group? Is it Henrik? I feel like it might be Henrik with Ringer at front.
Someone with low light vision, maybe. Someone who's going to sing in the dark.
Yeah, cool. Okay,
Yeah,
let's say it is. It's probably either Henrik or Okri, with Okri being a shield, I suppose.
I'll go rear guard, I guess, then, in that case.
Sounds good.
Works.
Okay. Henrik at the front, you come out into what's a slightly bigger cavern. It seems like it kind of goes left and right with you here. You still can't really stand up properly, but there's more space to kind of move your arms side to side. You still touch rock, you know, a couple of people standing side by side is all you could do here. And your head's like that, if you see what I mean. Still dripping, and it stinks down here of just waste. And you realize your feet are squelching, and you don't want to think about what that squelch is in. You feel the occasional crunch of bone underfoot as well down here. It's really not a nice place to be. But you feel very much like it's the sort of place where vermin might live.
Does it seem from the squelching and the smell like this might be connected to the Grunberg sewers, or that this is its independent body of effluence?
You think this is in the fact that this has been cut separate, like you can see how this has been cut, whereas the Grunberg sewers is like stone masonry as far as you're aware. You've been in them before. This is different from what you've seen as the Grunberg sewers. I don't think you could tell the smell of different creatures. No, you probably can. You're a rat catcher. Yeah, this is not human waste you're in. The others follow through to this space. As they come in, Henrik, you're forced to move forward just because there's not a lot of room here. So are you moving left or right?
I'm going to move left.
Tell you what, you can give me a perception roll as well. It might colour your decision. It's going to be a tough one. No, it's going to be flat, actually.
Okay. That is a pass.
Okay. Well, indeed, from the left, you hear a faint wail of what sounds like a human.
I head left quite quickly.
Cool. Everyone else sees Henrik rushing to the left and moves to follow, presumably.
I'll be cursing all manner of things as I struggle through these ridiculously tight tunnels.
And it's worth saying Kruger just can't see a bloody thing now as well, because you're the only one in the group who doesn't have night vision, aren't you?
And I'm wearing a helmet. And my
It's just-
perception's lousy.
You're just like holding on to Boniface at this point. Yeah, so you follow behind Henrik as you move quickly through the tunnels. You hear the occasional skitter of something nearby you, perhaps even like moving along near your feet occasionally. By the time you look down, there's nothing there for you to catch. But wherever you are, you're clearly in the den of something here.
How is Rinda reacting?
Rinda is sniffing things intensely, but isn't going in any particular direction.
Okay, good dog. I follow along. I'm just trying to dig something out because I know I'm going to need it shortly. I follow along the tunnel.
Okay. So soon, quite soon after, Henrik, you're still leading the group at this point. You spot a kind of turn off from this tunnel to the left again, from where you're walking. It seems like the tunnel was kind of curving actually to the right as you were walking along it, but this is kind of a left, and it goes down, and you can see it descending. And down there, you can see something not very clear. And as you're looking, you hear a wail of someone who you recognize as Father Stillman more closely, coming from down that tunnel. The others, you hear that voice too now, because you're not far behind Henrik. I think if you linger for a moment and listen, you hear the priest going, "Oh, why, just making generally uncomfortable and unhappy noises down there."
We've got to do something.
I draw my sword and I move forward. I'm trying to be stealthy.
Okay.
The success of the people walking behind me is variable, but I'm trying to be stealthy.
I'm happy to
I
be
might
stealthy
give up
too.
I'm going to say Boniface is second. Are you going to be stealthy too, Boniface?
Oh yeah.
Are the others following, or are you kind of going to let them go?
Good question.
Can Kruger?
I was going to say I'm stuck behind Kruger, so I'm kind of.
I need to-
Yeah.
I don't think I'd stop, to be
The
honest.
guard sergeant, one of the guards, and the other NPCs that Marcus are all with you down here, so it's really squashed in. Everyone else waiting? That sounds reasonable. You're going to go and have a look down there and sneak down, see what you find. Go on, boys.
I'm also sneaking. I got a success, by the way, on on a flat stealth roll. I don't know if there's any modifier to it.
Yeah, I think flat's fair.
Would you agree this is an urban environment?
No.
It's not. There are two types of stealth.
There's a
urban
stealth.
and
There's a stealth
non-urban.
underground. Henrik has
There is there a
stealth.
stealth underground.
Yeah,
Damn
I
it.
do have
can't
stealth
give you
underground,
urban
but
if stealth has- In
I
that case,
failed by
I
a
failed.
large amount. So
I fell by a tiny amount.
It's worth saying then, for the mysterious voice, you know exactly where these two are going down the tunnel. Okay. So everyone else is waiting at the top of this cavern as Henrik and Boniface make some splashing noises and some movement on the rock. It's a bit steep and you actually find yourself losing your footing a bit. You don't think you've done a very good job of sneaking.
That's the way. I show you the way. See? Go. Go. Rescue your lost sheep.
And as you descend, you are made very aware that you've been spotted doing so, for one. But you see in front of you Father Stillman kind of braced up against what seems like a kind of... He's just chained with some rough, rusted-looking chains to kind of just a metal cage to the back of him, but it's open in front where you're coming at him from. There's no obvious other creatures here at all. It just seems to be a dead end. You don't know if any were there and have left by some other route, or they left up the way you came before. It's difficult to tell from where you are.
In which case, I'll kind of like hiss for those further up the tunnel to come down to not separate us too much.
It's not a very big tunnel, to be fair, so it's up to you
Okay.
whether you want to. Do you want to say all come down or what?
I mean, I mean, I'm going to hiss come down. They can interpret that in their own way they want to,
Cool.
and then I'm going to continue into the room.
Sounds good. Okay.
So let me get. It's a room with a cage, and Father Stillman is chained at the back of the cage.
Yeah.
Okay, is the cage open?
Yeah. I say a cage. It's just like some bars behind him that he's chained to.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, so it's trap.
Cool. Oh, it's a trap.
Are you going to move forward as well, Henrik, or are you stopping there to like investigate? What's your plan?
I'm stopping there to investigate.
Okay. Give me
I think I might try and Father Stillman.
The little vermin cat just trying to use his brain. But it's too late.
I wasn't talking to you.
What you were talking to Stillman. Stillman looks up and notices you and goes, hurry.
Oh no! It's it talking! I will not have it! No. Oh, talking.
The Father
Only
Stillman.
rescue.
Father Stillman goes, I think
Shh! Priest!
I clang on the pipe again.
Henrik, you are investigating. You turn around. Give me a strength roll.
Strength.
Mhm.
Oh no. Oh
Flat
dear.
strength.
No.
A rat creature that was kind of huddled basically underneath a rock on the floor suddenly leaps up and pushes you forward towards Stillman, unavoidably so, and then kind of crawls back down into the ground as best it can, but you can clearly still see where it is near you. And at that exact moment that you go forward, as if propelled by a pendulum, the floor itself lifts up. What that does is to basically block the passageway back up, and underneath that floor are spikes facing downwards down the passageway towards you. Everyone else sees this from the other side as the floor going down to the cavern just pushes up and looks like a dead end now. The other two disappeared.
Are we like slipping towards the spikes?
No, the spikes are above you. You're just in a closed space now, unable to get back with Stillman.
Okay.
Cool. Can we release Stillman from his whatever?
Yep,
Can he
you go
stand?
and batter at the manacles. They're quite rusted and quite fragile. Give me a strength, but it won't take much.
I think I might have just done it on a flat roll.
Mhm. I was going to give you a plus 20, I think.
Well, I needed that. So I got 2 successes.
It takes like 2 yanks, but on the second yank, you manage to pull the chains from kind of the rusted brackets on the metal. Is there a celebration from the voice upon the trap going off?
Can Stillman stand, or
he collapses slightly onto a knee, but yes, he seems to be able to walk.
I'm glad the voice is muted because it's so mean. It says what's wrong.
By the way, I should probably go back up to the top. Is everyone else reacting in any way upon seeing this?
Well, I would be sort of moving forwards out of the scrambling forwards out of the tunnel and sort of trying to get to my feet and see what the hell's going on. Probably without much luck.
Skundwee is trying to investigate the edge of the trap to see what happened. Now she's seen in front of her eyes what came up. Okri, give me a perception roll.
Ooh, I think it's a no. It's definitely a no.
Okay. You can hear the skittering of little feet coming towards you.
From behind?
In front of you.
Oh.
You're at the back, right? So you're kind of like facing back down the tunnel. That's what I was imagining.
Oh, yeah, got you.
From behind where the group's gone, yes, sorry.
Yeah.
When you said rear guard, I was like, oh, if it was behind you, it would be the group.
I will tap my shield on the wall twice.
Okay. Others have noticed this warning. Someone, you don't know whether it's one of the guards, just goes, we should run now, they're going to overwhelm us. And before you know it, Okri, your sight is darkened as you cannot see even with your vision, and you realize you would have perhaps noticed it a moment before, but some sort of gas has filled the space you're in, like a smoke. So you're
coming. The little ratties are coming. What are you going to do? Run, run, flee, flee. Walking sediment. Cannot see. A dwarf thing that cannot see in the dark.
Okri, there are creatures upon you almost immediately as soon as you're in the dark. I'm not going to run combat here because it's going to be a bit chaotic, but we'll do moments of checks, if you see what I mean.
Okay.
Narrative combat, one could say. The others have noticed the kind of shout, probably that Okri's given off upon creatures landing on you. But let's do an opposed, and I'm just going to do an opposed to see who damages who in this process from the first one that leaps upon you.
Ooh,
But they're going to get a bit of a bonus and roll incredibly well.
I rolled 33 and I've got 50. So 2 successes.
2 successes for you. It got 5 successes, which is the best it possibly could have done. So that is going to be 3 plus 2, and then it's 5, so it's probably not going to hit you for any damage anyway, is it?
That's just my toughness bonus.
Yeah, exactly. So one of them is upon you, stagger backwards and hit the back of the cavern wall. You're actually standing up straight here, but it's tough. But you're kind of like flailing around. It caught you completely by surprise. You were prepared for some things to leap at you in a moment, but with the way the area filled with smoke, you weren't prepared for it. Either way, you have not stopped their approach because you've been kind of knocked to one side. Kruger, you get a chance to act, though.
Okay. So we're now in the cavern.
Mm-hmm. You and a lot of the rest of the group are all up there with you, other than Boniface and Henrik, who just went down and tried to sneak down. Everyone else is kind of in this kind of slightly more open area of cavern where you can stand a couple abreast in the rock, but you're still kind of like this, if you see what I mean. And it seems like you don't really know what's going on. You couldn't see before anyway.
Okay. Well, I would yell in response to the guard sort of saying that they should flee. To no, we stand and fight. Form up on me, and that would be using the language battle skill, which I haven't.
Love it. Love it.
I just have sort of martial.
Make a roll.
communication
Make a
sort of.
roll for that. I'll put pause in as well.
Now this is where I fluff it, of course. Oh dear. I rolled a 96. I might use one of my remaining fortune
That would
points.
be amusing as a crit.
I'm not. Yeah, let's not. I'll re-roll it. Oh god, I still fail. 73, but it's not a failure. Not a crit fail.
Yeah, you. I think you just yell some kind of not particularly clear syllables and not really words.
Choke on the gas or something.
Hear how the Wolf King squeals. Man thing of the north. Surely you know how to howl.
I think at this point you're just flailing around.
I will probably yell in anger and frustration at that point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
Cool. Okay, well, as you're doing that and trying to figure out what's going on, you feel one of the creatures jump upon your back and try and drag you to the floor. So make an opposed attack. It's going to get a +20.
Okay.
They're rolling well.
This is melee. The usual melee ones, I guess.
Yep, 4 success levels for that one.
Oof. Well, I 1 success level.
Okay,
for me.
so it's
4, 6
3,
under 50.
so it's 5. I don't think that matters where it hits you, probably. Maybe it does. It's going to hit you on the body, so you're fine. But since it got a success, I'm going to say it's not dragged you to the floor, but it's kind of dragged you out of position. You're kind of a bit like Okri, you're pulled against the wall and you're kind of awkwardly held there. You wouldn't want another one to jump on you, certainly. Hopefully that won't happen. I'm going to cut back to Henrik and Boniface. You can hear something going on up above you now. Chaos. I think whatever's going on, there sounds like a fight. You've got Stillman free, but you don't really know what else to do here.
So is the room we're in literally a small enclosed, seemingly just rock room with some bars at the back?
Yep.
Cool. There's no other exit.
Now you look closely. You think the bars at the back could open.
Cool.
Perhaps that would be the way that the trap victims are taken to wherever they go.
Can Henrik still see a rat hiding under a rock?
That's a good question. Or was that on the other side?
No, that was with you. The creature's kind of half burrowed its way. It's trying to burrow underneath the trap, but it's not.
Can we just
out.
drag this thing out?
Yeah, I shout.
And questions.
Jump on it.
Yeah. All good. It's a measly, scrawny, horrible little thing, and it just squeals and spits at you and tries to claw at you, but doesn't achieve much.
Get out of the way. Wait, I need the tube. Go, Dave. Get out of the way.
I'm gonna.
So you
I'm gonna
found
clang. Can you clang that tube again?
My hands are full.
Boniface, you're not tall enough to reach the tube.
I've got to get my spear. Can we kind of intimidate the rat? Try and give the rat to tell us how to open up this trap and bring us back towards our friends.
Go for it. The rat is rolled a strength fail to try and escape your grip.
Yeah, understandably. Do you have to roll to work out whether this rat can speak common or not?
I already know my answer.
Okie dokie. Well,
that might not be a comforting thought for you.
I'm going to roll intimidate. I rolled a few success levels.
You succeed at intimidating this rat. It was already intimidated. It would give you anything it could.
Cool.
What are you saying?
How do we get back to our friends?
It just squeals and spits, just like. It doesn't say anything you understand.
Vermin catcher, little child. So, you want the little wiggly rat to tell you what to do? Would you trust a rat, vermin catcher? Oh, would you?
Is it my understanding that this rat cannot talk?
Yeah, I don't think you get the impression that if it could tell you anything to stop you killing it, it would.
Then I will kill the rat.
You can just kill the rat.
Just gonna
It
run it
doesn't
through.
put up enough trouble. It wails as you cut its throat, and the wailing stops, and then it drops, kind of twitching by your feet.
And Stillman, how's Stillman looking?
Very well done. I never liked that one anyway.
I'm gonna kill you too. How is Stillman looking?
What were you saying?
How's Stillman looking?
Stillman is kind of half flopped against the side of the cavern. He doesn't seem like he's going to die now.
If we all stand, can we all, Henrik, should we all try standing on the other side, on the top of this thing, and see if we can push it, our weight can push it down again?
It's worth a shot.
Let's give that a go.
Okay.
I'll drag the
I
rat
like that
corpse along to add weight.
Yeah, I like that idea. Go for it. Fine. Back up top. We're going to have one more round of combat, and I'm going to roll for a few of the NPCs to see how they're doing in the circumstance as well. So, okay. That's bad. Okay.
Great.
That is going to be the guard sergeant. You haven't caught the name of, I don't think. He catches. I don't think many of you can perceive this very well, but you hear his yell as something clearly has got past his armor with these clawing, gnashing teeth of these creatures, and you hear him kind of gurgle. It's not a healthy sound. Not just a wail. Something horrible has happened to that man. Okri, you can look over because you have night vision and see that one of them seems to be biting at his neck. But I will give you a chance now to fight Okri. If you want, given you've seen that Okri, if you want, you can try and just charge for that. Sure.
I'll do that. I get a charging bonus also.
Yeah, go for it. As in to make it easier, or to
I add my level of resolute to my strength bonus when I charge, which is 1.
Cool. Okay, yeah, this is definitely a strength bonus circumstance. It's like fairly easy footing for you. Go for it.
Don't run into the
Did you
spike.
crit fail?
No, but it's not a good roll. What am I rolling this on?
I think it's just strength for a charge.
Okay, yeah, I rolled 83 and I've got 43 in strength. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's not like you don't reach him, but you don't gain anything. You'll just run over there as quick as you can, and by the time you're there, the sergeant is kind of flopping backwards and just kind of making a spittling noise from his throat, and you don't think he's going to live. All you managed to do is push the thing off him that was biting him, but you weren't quick enough.
Oh, it gargles, it splatters, it's music to my ears. He was only just a guard. What do you care? There are greater prizes here. Come. Soon you will see.
And Kruger, you have a chance. I hope you're okay. You couldn't perceive that, Kruger, so with your night vision. I feel so bad that you're the one without night vision in this, and it's been quite a hindrance, hasn't it?
Just a bit. Yeah, so
there's one that just pushed on you. So
there's
you can just
one
try and
that
kill that one. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I will
I'll give you an opposed. This is flat because now you know where it is.
Okay.
It rolls 1 success.
I rolled 1 success, 47 under 50.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say players, you win that. And you get all the bonus damage. So 47, so 74 damage location.
Yes, 74 is body.
Yeah, body. Cool. Okay. And what's your damage? Oh, it's +8 and stuff in it. Yeah, it's dead. They're not tough. What do you expect? It's a hammer of Sigmar nonetheless. Yeah, it's you just push as hard as you can with the hammer, but you feel ribs crunch as you do so. And this creature, it goes breathless immediately, and it just kind of scrabbles. It's clearly still alive, but it can't breathe, and it just kind of like rides around on the floor, kind of just heaving up and down, dying for a while in front of you. Not that you can see very much of this; you just know it went down.
I will roar. wordlessly again.
Okay. See, I think the creatures are still emboldened because they've managed to kill one of you, so I don't think they're running yet. Okay. Henrik, Boniface, Stillman, and Corpse of Rat.
And Rinda.
And
Well,
Rinda.
unless Rinda was...
Have you managed to... No, I think Rinda followed you. That's fair. Have you managed to encourage Rinda to squeeze as far up into this corner as possible?
I can always pick him up.
Yeah, that's true. You picked up Rinda.
Yeah. And we've got Stillman too.
What do I do this? What role is this? Oh, I think it's my role to make, to be perfectly honest, because the idea is yours. I think it's a role for how reliable this trap is.
It is Skaven, mate.
Yeah, so you've got a fair chance. Yeah. You feel as you're pushing on the ceiling effectively as well at this point, because you feel it move and shift a bit, kind of like the seesaw action you're on. You're almost over the pivot, and you just need to push and squeeze. I'm presuming you kind of work your way up as you're pushing like that.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Do you want to make a strength roll?
Yeah, strength roll.
Cool. I got
Boniface smaller, so you go ahead, Boniface. That makes sense.
2 successes.
Okay. It takes like a few moments. You can hear the action. And I think at this point you hear the gurgling sound of the guard captain. You don't know who it is, but you hear it kind of die off in front of you. And then you manage to drag yourself out, followed by Henrik and Stillman, as the trap kind of tries to snap shut behind you, and you just yank Stillman out before one of his legs gets stuck in the damn thing.
No!
Ha!
No! You! No!
Who catches the rat catcher?
Heavy, frustrated breathing continues from the tubes.
I throw myself at the nearest rat.
I will take your little dog thing, and I will eat it! Eat it! I will start with the tail, and then I'll rip it open and suck on its guts.
Good
Don't
luck.
cross me!
Yeah, I don't fancy his chances, Henrik.
Yes, you're back with the group, and I'm going to give. So, Henrik, you said you're rushing to kill the nearest rat. I think that's fair. Go for it. You get a roll straight away. Just the nearest rat you can see. It's shocked, so it's going to get a minus to its chances here.
That is it's a -1.
Okay, well, they got -2.
Ah, great.
Nice.
You're probably going to have tons of damage because that'll be enough, won't it?
Sword is strength bonus +4. Is 6.
Okay, what was the body part?
Oh, that's a good point. 75.
57. Okay, so that is
Body.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, my
You don't-
roll 57. The body part is, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
That's good. You hit the creature. You don't kill it, but you kind of batter it with the pommel and the blade. Although it's not a great strike, you just rush towards it. You've cut the creature badly and hurt it in the stomach, and it just kind of writhes and shrieks and starts running back down the cavern as quick as it can away from you.
Useless! Useless, you fools! Kill them! Get them!
Can I with my other hand? Because in my head, I'm sort of like emerging from the gap, jumping straight towards the nearest rat with a sword in one hand and Rinda tucked under
Rinda,
the other.
yeah.
Can I just throw Rinda at the nearest other
Yeah,
rat?
go for it. Give me a strength roll.
Oh.
It's not, throw, it's
Can
not,
I
it's not like
convince
throwing it
him
like a.
athletics instead?
Yeah, you know what? Athletics is what you use to throw a javelin, right? Still flat.
That's still a fail.
Okay, you succeed at throwing Rinda, but kind of into the cave wall rather than the nearest rat. It's not hard. It's just like Rinda just goes "Ugh," and then batters down and lands on the cave floor.
Don't you like your little dog thing? Should have done that years ago.
He's had worse. It's fine.
At the return of the others from their trap, where they should not have been able to escape, of course, and the terrifying four-legged monster and the death of a few more of the little creatures, the others just flee, break and run and skitter back into the darkness. And some of you might try to follow them, and you might well be able to, but the group has to know where to go. So if you do, you'll kind of split yourselves up. Are you letting them go?
No.
God.
Boniface rushes off into the darkness after them.
What if we can't just lead and follow them
Chase,
into another
chase,
trap?
chase, little child, chase.
I was like, I'm running ages after them, but you know, these
Can
are the
I-
enemies of Sigmar.
Can I grab, if Boniface is running past me, can I just grab him by the...
Yeah, go on. I want
Collar
you to
and
roll
You,
for that.
or you could just ask, you know. Like,
No,
No, you said it with such conviction. I think there's at least a moment of your kind of 16-year-old bullheadedness just as you going like down the tunnel.
I'm 17.
Sorry, 17. You look 16. You
I thought
know.
you were 19.
Shut up.
I'm not.
I think you should give me initiative. Is basically speed in this. So give me an initiative roll.
Well, he'll easily beat me.
It should be an opposed
Distance.
initiative roll, shouldn't it? Between the
32.
two, yeah.
I got -1 success level.
Should I roll?
Yeah.
So this is just I, isn't it?
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah, this is very unlikely to succeed. God, yes, I rolled a 91. I swipe at thin air.
Boniface, you dash on down the tunnels for a moment.
That's right, Northman thing. You can't even control your pup. He's going to get lost, just like the false wanderer he worships.
You find yourself momentarily alone, Boniface, before realizing the rest of the group has not followed you. You smell something different. It's familiar to what you smelled back in the mountains.
No.
Could you make me an initiative roll, please?
I can.
Yep.
Do you want another one? A different one than what I just rolled?
What did you make? What did
I
you
rolled
get?
100.
Ooh!
Are you re-rolling it?
Am I re-rolling my initiative? It's an initiative roll.
I mean, how bad can it be?
how bad can
what
it
can
be?
possibly happen on your own?
It's not willpower. It's initiative. So
true.
I'm going to go, I'm not re-rolling it.
Okay, cool. That's fine. What this roll was going to be was how quickly you can notice what's going on around you. You find yourself down a tunnel before you even know you're down it, chasing these creatures. You've turned off the main tunnel, and this tunnel is not like the rest. It's not
Cool.
stone walled. It's got like metal bars around it, and those metal bars have horrible looking spines on them. Before you know what you've done, you're a few rounds in of these backwards pointing spines that would be quite difficult to go the other way through. Could you make me a willpower roll, please? This is just flat.
Yeah, it's not great. I'll put it out there. Yeah, I fell with -3 success levels. It's hard.
Okay. There is a voice in your head that says, in front of you is safety and is where you need to go to get out of here.
Cool.
That voice feels really quite irresistible.
Irresistible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if it's the way forward, then let's go for it. I start making my way forward.
Going back through these spikes would be a nightmare.
Too difficult.
Yeah.
Why bother?
Yeah, you're sure.
Let's go forward.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't go that way, little man thing. Be careful. Don't go that way.
I mean, the voice doesn't want me to go that way, so it seems smart.
It makes sense. Everyone else, are you following Boniface, who has just disappeared in the darkness at this point? The guard captain is dead. His throat was bitten out by one of the creatures, and he's just gone. No one else seems to have been particularly wounded in that fight, though. The only remaining guard with you is pale-faced and is staring at his corpse.
I look to Kruger to make the call, to be honest. He's your servant.
Oh, that call. Okay.
What call were you thinking of?
Oh, this poor dead guard. What to do with the body, you know?
Oh. I suppose there's that too.
I can't lead. I can't see.
Boniface has run off.
He does run off a lot.
It is true.
And he's always turned up so far.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. He'll be fine. We'll go another way.
I think Okri would follow, but probably not running.
Okay, you'll go in that direction. Cool. Okay, it's safe to say Okri is leading the way in the direction that Boniface went.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like I would hope maybe trying to get Rinda to pick up a scent or
if the voice hasn't made me want to keep quiet, like I can be kind of
you can make noise.
back
You're alone. That's fine.
to the group. Maybe not like trying to shout or anything, but every now and then being like, Okri, Kruger, Henrik.
Okri, you were leading. Make
Rinda.
Yes. I'm here. Let's
Sigmar, rid me of this troublesome voice.
I failed a perception roll.
Okay. You don't hear anything from the perception you're probably assuming, but there's only one way to go for now anyway in this tunnel. Henrik,
that we know of.
you're a bit behind Okri. You notice there are kind of quite low-level holes in the wall to the right-hand side of this kind of route you're going. It's still gently turning to the right. You've been turning to the right for a while in this main cavern, other than that one left-hand turn that was the trap earlier, if you see what I mean. And on the right-hand cave wall, there's some small openings by the floor, enough to crawl through, but very small.
I'm gonna... I'm gonna try jabbing my sword into one of them.
Okay.
I know what likes to lurk in small holes.
It's open. It's air through there. Nothing is impacted, and there's no noise. If you kind of wiggle it around a bit, it feels like it actually opens out a bit.
Okay. I'm going to try sending Rinda in.
It's worth saying that at this point, Okri has kind of dashed ahead. Presumably, you were still on the trail, and Henrik is investigating this. Okay. You send Rinda inside the hole. I'm going to cut to Okri and Boniface first, though. So, Boniface, you can see something in front of you now as you're moving further down this tunnel. The metal spikes on the wall have kind of dissipated now. That was back a bit of a way towards the entrance.
Great.
Now it's just bare rock again. And you see in front of you, yes, you recognize it now. It's that same strange color, this material. But this time it does seem more familiar and more inviting, almost comfortable. You know it's wrong, but it doesn't feel as bad as it should feel.
It
The
does.
stink is more pleasant somehow.
No.
That's what your mind knows should be true.
No.
What are you doing? Yelling for help? Turning around?
I'm gonna walk back, and I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna face the opposite direction of whatever that is, and I'm gonna keep my ears out for anything, but I'm not even gonna look at it. I rolled this time on my own intuition roll for not doing stupid things, and I'm not doing anything about it. Every time I roll.
Will you not take it? It is just there for the taking. think what you learned the last time, and the dwarves tried to hide it from you. They say they want to destroy it, but yet
Good.
they have not. They have not destroyed it. They say they do not covet it. They say they hate it. But hate is just another form of love. Just like you hate the stone. You love the stone. Take the stone.
Bog off.
Boniface, give me a willpower roll.
I just rolled a roll.
No, you got
this.
give me a willpower as well. This is a very
You're
much a
killing
willpower.
me, Sam.
It's flat willpower, this one. You're close to it. You've heard its voices
Well,
before.
I rolled a 2, so I do much better this time.
Oh, yeah, Steely. You know absolutely that is not what you should do.
That's not what Krug would want. It's not what Sigmar would want.
In fact, that too, critical success, gives you enough. You don't want to be here. If you can get out, you should now.
What is a sensible
It's
way
not-
of getting out? Can I see what I'm asking for? Can I see any sensible ways of exiting the area? Or getting back through the trap thing that pushed me through?
I'll tell you what. Now you've looked down here. You're disappointed at your own senses for bringing you down here at all. It's clearly a trap. It's not like the last one.
Well, I don't mind traps.
The last one was a like well hidden trap. This is a cage that you've walked into. And as far as you can tell, the only way out the cage is through that, at best, horribly painful exit you just came through.
Then I will push back through the horribly painful exit.
This is just sore, isn't it? With Skaven.
You
Muted.
The horrible voice is
Voice
dissonant.
muted.
You foolish whelp. What could you have had? And you threw it away. So ungrateful.
Okay.
I'm still
I'll
calling
come
out
back-
for Okri and Kruger and Henrik.
Yeah, all good. Okri, you're now at the top of this cavern. You can see Boniface down this tunnel. You have no idea how or why he's down there. There's no obvious other threats down there. You
Don't
can
come
smell
down,
that-
Okri.
You can smell that stink too. Now you're
It's
here.
a trap.
Okri, give me a willpower roll as well, just for being there. But I'll give you a plus 20 on it.
Uh-oh. I
Think,
don't want to...
little child, what if the dwarf thing knew about your fascination for the bad moon? Oh, how disappointed he would be. Better hide it well, little child.
I rolled a 90 and I have 51 in willpower.
Okay, well, it wasn't a crit. So you just get a headache, like a bad headache. It's horrible. The second you look down there, it just sends your senses wild and you just kind of clutch at your temples for a moment and you find yourself backing off. Boniface, you see Okri kind of just crouch down and kind of for a moment upon looking down there.
Yeah, sorry, Okri.
The walking sediment can't take it. Well, it is a dwarf thing. Fit only to lick the boots of the pretty elf things with their childlike faces. Oh, you are always subservient, aren't you?
Is there a way of maybe bending these bars and try and get back through that without... Like, can I try and...
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. You're going to use any... I mean...
I'm equally happy to use my sword, which is unbreakable.
You are, yeah. That's true. And you are unusually strong as well. Go on then. It's going to be a strength. It's going to be... I'm going to do... what's it called? There's a rolling task in this, which requires a certain amount of successes. So I'm going to say this requires 5 successes, however many checks it takes you to get that. And it's going to be a flat.
Flat. So I rolled 3 success levels on the first one.
Okay, cool. So you are already more than halfway back out. And that's all successes, so you don't take any harm. If you have a feeling that if you mess up holding one of these back, it's going to hurt bad. But for the moment, you're bracing your kind of legs and your sword against them, so you're not injuring yourself. It's kind of like spring-loaded, so you're kind of there pressed against the ceiling, just like
Any help, Ockery, on this last bit?
Kruger, what are you doing?
Okay. Well, before I left the cave, I think I probably would have just gone over to the dead guard and maybe had a quick look for personal effects, things that we can get to the surface again and hand on to.
If you're with the guard, then the other guardsman is already getting stuff out.
Oh, cool. Not like cash, Boniface. Don't be crude, honestly.
I love that you heard that in your head, even though I'm not there.
And yes, then I would follow behind. So Ockery was in
I
front.
think if you stay at the, you probably find Henrik first of all, then who's investigating these holes. Okay, so Henrik, we'll cut to that then, because Kruger, as you get to Henrik, you see a series of holes. There's not just one. There's like, say, 4, fairly small, big enough for someone to get through, but like really kind of wriggling, shoulder pressed against the side holes, about knee level on the floor. That seem to be, or on the right hand side, and you see Henrik sending Rinda through. I'm gonna make a quick roll. Okay, so Rinda rolled the equivalent of a critical success.
Yes.
Which is very lucky for Rinda, because that's the only thing that defeats this circumstance. Rinda dashes through like a dart.
Is it a blender?
Inside, as Rinda dashes through this hole, you hear a horrible like twanging sound of some aggressive, like presumably some trap that was on the other side of this. But Rinda doesn't make a sound, and you continue to hear padding feet on the far side of this hole. In fact, a few seconds later, you hear the scrabbling of feet and some squealing from inside. It seems like there were things hiding in there trying to be quiet.
Good.
Get it! Get it! Get down from the little dog thing! Get it! Down!
Now you hear that voice? That is not coming from a tube. That's coming from inside that hole.
Ha! I'm going to dive into the hole.
The same one Rinda went through, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Assuming they don't have a second trap.
Henrik, you dive through the hole and you're safely on the other side, crawling and wriggling through. You're kind of only still crouched down on the ground, and there's already one of these creatures looking at you with wild eyes and a spear about to descend upon you. There's a few of them in here, and you can see in here there seems to be a lot more. Back where you were, there were just kind of small like bits of cloth on the ground and in the muck, and that was all you'd really seen. There's more in here. It's a bigger, more open area. There's tables and there's work things, and there's like what seems to be an individual sat at like a big kind of workshopy style table who's turned around looking at you with frantic eyes. I'll get to describing that in a bit more detail in a moment, though. Let's see what the others are going to do. Okay, so
can I at least, as I go in, shout, "I found the nest"?
Cool. Okay, Kruger, you are with Henrik. We'll let you decide what you're going to do in a moment, but first I want to see what happens to the other two. And it's only fair, Okri, make me a willpower roll, but also Ulrika is there at the entrance to the thing, and she's going to help you out. So you're going to get +2 success levels for Ulrika trying to drag you out, Boniface.
Cool. I need 2 more success levels.
Okay. Okri, what's your willpower? Just flat.
51.
So was that a success for you?
Do I get +2 success levels? Or was that just
no? That was for Ulrika helping move Boniface. Okay, Okri, you're forced to stagger away from this tunnel. Whatever it is just horrible. It's not working for your mind, and you have to withdraw. Boniface, you still failed?
Yeah.
You take 2 wounds as you're effectively pulled into the spines.
Is any of that soaked by my mail coat or by my toughness bonus?
You know what, I'll roll location. No, not toughness bonus. So that is 12 on location, which is... why is the combat thing never in the
mail coat covers my arms and body.
Okay, so yeah. So how much armor does it give you?
That's a great question. I don't know. I thought I've written that down. Is it AP? Is it AP is the armor?
Yeah, that sounds right.
So 2.
2.
Armor protection. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that blocks that damage. Lucky you. That was your two.
So you just-
That was your 2 fails. So don't get more than that, or don't hit somewhere else. But you don't move anywhere. Your chain links clip in the spine that pings up into your
That
arm,
makes sense.
and it catches, and you can't move any further. 2 of the links like ping off, but nothing else happens. No harm is.
These dwarves don't make
taken by
good.
you.
Jeez, was this dwarven made, Dockery? Ridiculous.
Oh, that's fair. Well, to be fair, that we
No,
didn't-
I think that's totally fair. I just
Kruger, you've seen Henrik dive through this hole, and you've heard Henrik's yell. It's worth saying the 2 of the other dwarves are with you, as well as the one guard. I think the guard's lingering back for the moment. Henrik has yelled the nest as well, by the way. Are you diving through one of the holes?
I would probably curse Ulrich's teeth and say to one of them, just look, someone stay here, mark the spot. And then I'll yell down the tunnel, we found the nest, and then I will go through the same hole.
Bronda nods at you. Kruger, I'm going to have to make you make a perception roll to see if you know exactly which hole it was that Henrik went down.
Come on.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
It's dark, and you're wearing a helmet, and you weren't right next to Henrik when Henrik died down the tunnel anyway.
And
You
you
at
don't
least
have
give
very
me-
good dark vision.
And they all look the same.
Will you at least give me a 50-50 roll of which one he ends up going for?
I'll do what I'm doing.
I do not
I
make the perception roll.
am going to make a roll, but there's 4 holes, so we'll see which one you end up.
Oh, great. 25% chance.
I like those odds.
Okay. You crouch down and shuffle and force yourself forward as quick as you can and reach forward with your arm and your hammer, and a split second later, a pinging, aggressive, painful noise catches you, and you find you're caught with your shoulder and your arm wrapped in a noose and dragged upwards. You're a big, heavy guy in armor, so you're not pulled off your feet straight away, but you're yanked upwards against the wall, really quite painfully. Take 2 wounds.
Okay.
I think it's Henrik. You're confronted with a horde of them. Well, at least you can see 3 or 4 from where you are crouched down. And the one, I will describe the circumstance now. As I said, table, a slightly bigger cavern open. Sitting at the table is the head creature, you presume, of all of them. It's looking at you with a glistening red, furious eye, and kind of wearing just kind of a hooded, dark garment, but with some shine of metal you can see from underneath of various colors. They look furious, and they look aggressive and angry, and they look like they're ready to kill you. And I think we'll end the session there.
What a mess.
You can try.
So I've got to remember, Kruger's stuck, pinned against the wall in a trap. Henrik's not stuck. Rinder is murdering, about to murder.
I need 2 more successes.
Boniface needs 2 more successes. Alcree's
done.
just getting over a headache. Oh, that was fun.
Fantastic.
Blooming heck.
It's all going well, guys. You're fine.
Is it for whom?
I'm where I want to be.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Yeah.
just among
Now.
the chaos.
It's,
So-
I'm annoyed
so
that one of the other
Rorschach
dwarves
moment.
didn't tell me, which hole to go down.
Oh, that's fair. You've got a good point. Nah, it's too late. It's done now. They were
Too late
clearly
now.
busy looking at other things too.
They'd have gone, if you just asked us, Kruger, we'd have told you. Before you stuck your finger in there.
I love it. That's so good.
Who's that one?
We also lost track of Bronda and Skundwy.
No, Bronda and Skundwy are both with Kruger, just on the other side. They were there. They're basically going to follow through. That was what
Right.
Steve's point was, which I think is somewhat fair, but it's easily possible they were following the other way and didn't really pay attention to Henrik going down the hole.
That's fair.
You kind of went down the hole and then said afterwards. You didn't say anything before you went in. So
No, that's fair.
Communication is key in all pies, Henrik.
I can't believe Rinder's roll. Anything but a crit would have been a fail at that. And I was just like, okay, the
No,
first
you-
one in and everything.
Are you surprised that Rinder once again was amazing at what they do?
Oh,
He's such a good boy.
he's such a good boy. Rinder deserves all the treats after this.
Or
He's going to have
getting
all of the
treats.
dead rats he can eat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Cool. Do we have any comments or questions or anything?
Let me have a look. I
Terrible
wasn't.
things.
And, I can't remember what that was in reference to.
Oh, that was the
Uh,
tale.
The
of
rat ogre
previous
did?
session, was
That
it?
was when you said that Krug was a bit wounded in the previous battle.
Still
Yeah.
mad.
Krug's taken some big hits.
Yeah. No one else has taken many big hits as well.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I think it's probably both of those feelings at the same time. I think Skaven are kind of perpetually kind of just terrified around humans, who, especially the ones who want to kill them. But that would definitely enrage them too. So both.
But like, I also had my response. You're assuming they don't have their own rat skin coats.
Yeah, that's
considering
true. That's true.
The severe caste system in Skaven society.
To be fair, they also don't give a crap if you killed rats or even Skaven. So I mean, the fact they're wearing this coat doesn't mean very much to you, other than you're good at killing things, which is intimidating in and of itself. Did I say that, or did someone else?
You did. You
That
did.
was-
You said that.
I love it.
I
It's
can't
It
remember
was
now.
independent of the sewer system. It's an independent body of effluence.
Perfect.
Sigmar says, "Don't do Moonrock, kids."
I was addicted to Moonrock, and now I'm here to tell you.
Thanks to your critical role, you're no longer quite as addicted to Moonrock.
I was going to suggest if
It was very
Boniface
rude
was-
of you, Sam. Making you make these rolls.
There were a few key crits though. You had that, and Rinda had the success as well. There were two that absolutely saved you there, because that would have gone completely differently otherwise. Either of them. So.
I was thinking if Boniface started coming under the influence of the Moonrock, then we could just get him sloshed on Bugman's. And
yeah, I would totally give you that. Yeah.
If I hadn't got Pure Soul as my random trait, which I think I must have rolled for, then I would not care nearly as much about all this stuff for my character. But Boniface is supposed to be, this, just trying to hold it. He's trying to fight against it.
Yeah. And don't worry, you still got plenty of chances to die yet, Justin.
Wow. Wow. Look, every day, any one of us.
And thanks very much. We got a follow from Pat Twitch. Thank you.
And thanks very much for the
yeah.
strange voice.
I was
Mysterious
about to
Voice
say,
was-
excellent
yeah,
work from the
thank you.
strange voice. Thank you very
Amazing
much.
work.
Lovely, appreciated it. Tied in perfectly with my GMing, so I'm very.
You're welcome.
I think Strange Voice deserves a hot drink and a lozenge.
Yeah, that's well deserved. I'll tell you, I've tried.
Strange Voice has already had one. Emergency lozenge. Halfway through.
Oh dear.
It is
Oh,
quite something having your poor rolls mocked in real time.
Yeah, we had to
Right.
plan that beforehand. We're like, just going to be the mocking. To
And perhaps
prepare
you
it.
shouldn't roll so poorly.
Tell my dice, honestly. Very upset.
love it.
Ah, this is great.
Uh,
Yeah,
fun to have a bit
more
of-
role playing between this and Wraith. I've decided that more role play systems need hecklers.
Oh, it's perfect. I know, it's so good. It's fun when it fits the story so well too, because it's exactly what they would do. Especially since they're so paranoid and watch everything all the time. It's so perfect.
This rats or wraiths?
Rats, but it could be wraiths too. Cool. I think we'll finish there then, folks. I was going to say, I think we're on for next week, which will probably be the final session of this Warhammer story. So join us then with the exciting finale. And thanks very much to
You bet
my
your
players. I know. Thanks very much to my players. Thanks very much to Mysterious Voice. We are telling tales. We stream weekly on Mondays and Wednesdays. Warhammer Simba Room, probably other things at other points too. We do one shots. Night of the Hogwin's coming up on the 10th, I believe. Night of the Hogwin, yes. Which is going to be our big one shot. We do those every month as well. Go check us out on YouTube and Twitch. And we've got loads of other links down below to go have a look at. Thanks for joining us, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.